Landed a fight-high 30 punches in round 12 as he looks to maintain his WBC interim middleweight title. Look at Larry Hazzard's unofficial scorecard, 117-110. Ironically, he had it 117-111 for Jermall Charlo in the previous bout. To the ring announcer, the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds,
I was at the fight. This is my first time. I just rewatched it. We're going to talk.
Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Larry Hazzard Jr. scores the bout 119-108. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Max DeLuca both score the bout.
So, Larry Hazzard Jr. is the son of the New Jersey State Athletic Commission president, Larry Hazzard Sr. And then you have Larry, wait. This is confusing. And I was at the fight. Okay, so that's...
He had it 17-111 for Jermall Charlo in the previous bout.
That's Senior's unofficial scorecard. So Senior is in the role of a Steve Farhood's unofficial card, or a most notable Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard, or commentators, or special guest unofficial scorecards. But let me check to be sure. Larry Hazzard Senior. Yeah, he's the commissioner. I know. He got nominated. He nominated Bob Arum for something. I watched him at a press conference for something. Was I at the press conference in Atlantic City? I think so. And his son is a judge. We got so much to talk about, and it wasn't even supposed to be this. Let's get back to this first. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. This motherfucker right here, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. He got to loosen the fuck up. For real. Because there was nothing. I went back, and I watched the fight over again. I feel that he did lose, but I'm not on no Eli Sekback shit. I'm not going to say he lost, and I really feel he lost because he was on some bullshit at the post fight, and he was. I went around on social media. I even went around and I read some comments on my videos, and there. Listen, that shit wasn't supposed to go like that. So don't think that I went in there on some motherfucking Rambo renegade motherfucking shit and said, yeah, I'm going to motherfucking ask him some shit to ruffle his feathers. I was literally sitting there surprised. Okay, well, first, let me digress. Let me tell you what the temps was first. Let me give you the temperature of how media was feeling, where the arena was. I was there. The first fight I've attended, this is the second fight I've attended this year. I've only attended 2 fights this year. So, let me tell you what the temperature was, right? We were joking around in the back. Me and about 6 to 10 other media members about, like, you know what? They're gonna rob Korobov to make up for robbing Jermall. Now, me personally, after I just watched this fight back in the arena, it looked like Charlo was having some major issues. Watching it back, however, now, let me say this first. This was the first time for a PBC event that I was actually ringside media, like ringside with the tables and shit. So usually when I go to a fight, I'll try to do the same things that I'm doing here and try to do like post-fight videos from the arena. So I'll be running back and forth trying to watch the fight and, everything going on, fighters, and, it just wasn't working out. So this time I said, you know what? We're going to enjoy this shit. And I was sitting there and I was watching the fight. Every now and then I had to get up, stretch my legs because, I was in a coma earlier this year. So God bless Adonis Stevenson. He has woken up too. He has been in a coma. He was in a coma for, the 22nd? 21 days, you can say. I was in for about 19. Put it this way, I don't know how long I was in because the calendar board said the 25th. I went in on the 6th, and the calendar board said the 25th. But I noticed throughout my time there in the ICU, like that whole motherfucking 2 weeks after that, like they wasn't changing the board. So truth be told, I don't know when I woke up. I know it was around probably like no later than maybe the 27th or something like that. So I was in for about maybe 20 days or so. But they tell you that, wait a minute, this is not that video. We're going to do that. We're going to talk about that in another video. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, every now and then, like between rounds, I would get up, go walk around and shit. And then if I couldn't get back out in time, because I ain't gonna lie, I got a little limp, but I be trying to walk and like trying to look cool so that shit don't be, like noticeable, and it don't work out too well. So I can't really hustle like I want to. I'm getting better, but if I try to hustle my shit and I get like wobbly a little bit, it's a little weird. But I decided to hang out in the back and we were joking about how, this is a bad night for the Charlos. What the fuck is going on? Now, we were talking about how like Jermall, how they got that twin shit. You ever hear like they got that twin telekinesis type shit, twins have? Like where, Jermall, you can tell he wasn't fighting a style. In fact, he was fighting more like Jermall. Remember, Jermall is more of the pressure fighter, power puncher, where Jermall was more of the boxer. And then people were questioning, especially now with the missing the VADA test, even though they had a legit reason. Like, I don't think they dirty at all. But you know how people are, like, when you miss a VADA, put it this way, you shouldn't be missing VADA test for no reason at all. Like, because you miss the test, people on your ass. Like, somebody was just asking me today, like, yeah, how long, when, like, how much Volzdik's been tested? And I'm thinking, like, damn, that's a good-ass question. Because when you're with the WBC, you're supposed to be under VADA, the strictest, most stringent, drug testing. But to move on, he just wasn't looking the same, And maybe he was like, okay, well, my brother got robbed. I'm not going to leave it, to the cards. And he was kind of looking for a single shot, but also he was more of a boxer. Now, me looking at the fight, 7-5 Korobov. There were some very, very close. Now, listen, I just sat here, watched it, sober as a cobra. I had some iced tea. I made some fresh lemonade with ginger root powder. And I was like, I'm going to sit here and watch this shit. But fighters have bad nights. Miguel Cotto, look at his bad night against Austin Trout. Most recently, look at Maurice Hooker after he got that gift a couple of years ago on the, what was that? The Ward Kovalev 1 card. It happens. It happens. Mayweather Castillo, it happens. But however, you're going to have to go watch the video. I've noticed, like, with my job or what I do on YouTube, I don't have a day job. In the sense that you do have to be. I don't like talking about it, but I feel it has to be said, in this reality of social media and me being on YouTube and everything and me wearing a hat and a hoodie, being a black guy, cussing, saying nigga every now and then. People think that I'm not educated, or it comes across that I'm not educated, or the fact that I'm wealthy. Me and my family, my father, we've done very well for ourselves. So therefore, this is like a glorified hobby. More so not a hobby, it's a passion. So I don't go to fights. I don't enjoy going to fights. I had to go to this one. So when I'm going there, I'm not going there. You won't, for example, I don't have not one picture with no boxer. I'm not into all that fucking groupie shit. I give all boxers a fair shake. No boxers are no bums. I'm not kissing no ass. And I forgot, like, no disrespect to the people that were there, but they scared of Jermall Charlo. They scared to ask him shit because we all know he gonna lash out. So that's why I said, all right, let me figure out how I'm going to word this question before I go up there and ask it. Right? Go ahead, go look at it. But what bothered me was this, like, once again, another analogy or term that I use is there's this warped sense reality that people have that when you do something articulate or when you know how to, speak properly or, they think you be a bitch. So I noticed one of his homies or whoever he was, like, you know how you can send somebody watching you? So I got to put this disclaimer out there. Listen, I don't play like that. I don't play like that. I don't play with idle threats. You don't threaten somebody like me. All threats are taken seriously. You don't threaten somebody like me. And also, if somebody's like looking at me, I'm going to ask you, what are you looking at? No matter where we are, under no, like we men. So I don't know where y'all from. It don't go down like that. Like he was looking at me like he wanted to do something to me. So I forgot how I said it, but I think I said it politely. Like, can I help you with something or some shit? Because he was like looking, I look over and I'm like, am I supposed to like cower? And like, I'm sorry, I asked the question. However, I don't know why. Okay. The biggest question I wanted to ask, which I didn't get to, was, well, what's next with the WBC purse bid? The WBC should not be ordering Jermall Charlo to fight Golovkin. I want to see the fight, yes. And I see that fan just saying, what? Yeah, he don't deserve Canelo. But listen, he is the interim champion, which means that an interim champion is created on, let me say, kind of like to dumb it down, a special basis. Because they wanted to make sure that Canelo versus Golovkin happened. And it happened twice. Golovkin already lost one of his belts being stripped by the IBF. Because they wasn't trying to hear this shit. So now the WBC is trying to treat the interim title as the like the WBA world or regular title, that secondary underling, when you can have a mandatory for it. No. If that's the case, then why not order, for example, it makes perfect sense for them to order Dillian Whyte versus Dominic Breazeale for the WBC interim. But you know why Dominic Breazeale is the mandatory? It's because he was supposed to fight Bermain Stavern for the interim on an undercard of Wilder versus Ortiz, but Ortiz failed the drug test. So therefore, Stavern had to step in and get his shot thanks to Don King and his affiliations with the WBC. Listen, I know the shit, and I'm with the shits. I'm sick of this kiss-ass media around here. Yo, listen, boxing is fucked on so many levels. The judging is fucked, right? The promoters are fucked, right? Look around at the media. The media is fucked. Look at the top YouTube media. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, don't get me started. Oh, don't get me started. But however, they got strings. Ain't no strings on me. You know how many events we've been denied to? You know how many people are saying, oh, he's going to get denied more events. TstreeT, you shouldn't have asked that question. Well, then guess what? Once again, I told you, we are not just some old rinky-dink company. Check out our website right there below in the description box, fightv360.com, which I built myself from the dirt, by the way. Yes, I'm a web designer now. I learned that shit like a year ago, 2 years ago. I learned all this digital shit you see here. Took me days and nights. You know why? It's because it's a passion. Jermall Charlo is not going to run it back with Korobov. I don't seem it. What was the ironic part up there was like, we're now 2 days, we're Christmas Eve's Eve. December the 23rd, 2018, 5:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with FightV360.com. Jermall Charlo has got his gift, and Jermall Charlo, the humble one, has got a lump of coal. These guys, crazy shit. And that's why I'm looking at both of them up on the podium. Hold on, let me pull up the video. And I'm like, is nobody going to ask? And what about poor Matvey Korobov? Nobody was talking about him. Why? Because they were afraid to anger motherfucking Jermall Charlo.
I was like,
There's some like think about the irony though of it. Think about the irony of it though. One twin gets a gift. The other one gets his bike stolen on Christmas Day. And then one gets mad, like he should be understand, like, that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. But listen, I feel that, well, I'm not going to say I feel. Every time I go to an event, I'm not going to be going there to ask no dumb shit, driving motherfucking 2 hours, 90 fucking miles an hour on fucking highway. I don't like celebrities. I'm sorry. I get crazy anxiety attacks being around. I don't want to be around all that shit. However, we got to move on. He's still the WBC interim champion. This is going to haunt his career. I'm going to do a Jermall Charlo video, and we're going to talk more about PBC on Fox. A lot of people pissed off at the commentary. I'm thinking they should give him a break. It's the first show. Also, that was a nice-ass crowd, 9,000 plus there. And I was looking around. I kept looking around. Around the card, the televised card started at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific or so. And I was looking, I'm like, But then after the Brazil Negron fight, which was surprisingly, well, in the arena, I don't know how you guys looked at it on TV. I got to watch it. It was entertaining. But the crowd filled out nicely. You know, they had all the upper shit closed off with the drapes down. But for Charlo, like the crowd filled out, and it was lively. It wasn't like they just was, because both of the fights, more so the Charlo fight, people were like, oh shit, Charlo's losing. So it was tense. Every shot, people were like, whoa. You dig me? Let's listen to the post-fight interview, because when the post-fight interview was going on, like I said, we was already in the back like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, damn, Charlo about to lose. And then, of course, this happened. Let's listen in.
The ring announcer, the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action,
I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed. I was great. Risk it all. Like, you should have saw the way this nigga was looking at me. They would all whoop my ass, though. I ain't gonna go out like no bitch. Listen, people was in there bitching. Like, I don't get it. I do not get it. And all I did was ask a question. Is that a crime? Damn.
scorecards, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Larry Hazzard Jr. scores the bout 119 to 108. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Max.
Listen, those boos, I'm noticing now. Maybe it's because I'm watching on the small screen and not on the TV. But those boos was loud and shit in there. People were like, oh, what the fuck? People was like, what the fuck? Oh, and look at this, even this Paul screenshot right here. Oh, wait, my bad.
DeLuca both score the bout 116 to 112. All three in favor of the winner. And still, the WBC Interim Middleweight World Champion.
That's a look of relief.
That's your belt. You really wanted it. Let's go. I love you.
And the crazy thing is, no, now I'm sounding like a bitch. All right, let me stop.
So Jermall telling his brother, Jermall, you really won today. Jermall,
I still want
now 28-0, maintains.
Wait, what's the post-fight interview?
Much more to come.
Hold up, let me get past these damn commercials. I don't want no cheat sticks. I'm on a half keto diet. I'm on half keto.
About the main event, the fight that we just saw, Jermall Charlo with the decision there over Matt Korobov. You sparred Korobov. You know what.
Wait a minute. Where's the post-fight interview?
Let's head down to Kate Abdo. Not identical results. Jermall.
Say, man, what the hell is this Xfinity?
Does defend his title. Both.
Loop of box.
Stop.
Let's see if it's on the PBC on Fox Twitter. What the hell are they trying to pull? Let's see if it's on the PBC on Fox Twitter. I was running around when he did his in-the-ring post-fight interview. I think I was in the back. No, I was trying to fucking chase around Wilder or some shit. When his team, they was like, yo. I seen other people with cameras, and it was like, they see me coming. They say, yo, put your camera down. That's why, see, I told you. That's why I don't fucking chase around no fucking, listen. People are like, TstreeT, you need to get out in the field. You need to be out there with the other guys and getting interviews. Never again. I can't deal with no shit like that. That's like rejection. Like, I'm out there and I'm like, oh, that's Wilder. I don't seen Wilder be since he was easily accessible before he became a pay-per-view star. Now all of a sudden I show up, never again. I'm done. Never again. Let's see if they put the post-fight interview on there. Damn, this video's running long. Nope. All right, we got to go. We're going to do a live stream talking about all this. So what I'm going to do now is watch the Jermall Charlo fight. But as I said, my card stands 7-5 for Korobov. You know, Charlo, that left hand, that was the equalizer. Charlo did win the jabbing battle, but you can't, give just that. You can't just look at that 12th round. There were a lot of close rounds, and I was, whatever. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.